Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this last video we will look at the two remaining features in Easy Sampler, the corpus selection storage and the step sequencer. So let's begin with the corpus selection storage. As I said before, when we load a corpus we don't have to use all of the samples, but we can actually select a specific subset of it in case we want more control over the timbral profile of our sampler. In addition to this, we have 10 different storage slots available so that we can save different selections within the same corpus, which allows us to quickly switch between one selection and the other. So to save a selection, what I have to do is first go to the slot that I want to use to save that selection. Then I select all the samples that I want to save in that slot, and then I click the store button. Now let's take a look at how this works. So let's say that I want to select these samples for the third slot. Then let's use this one for these for the second one, and then these for the first one. Let's use this one. Let's do this. So you can see that if we change the slot, we automatically change the selection. Now, as you can notice, even though I'm changing from one selection slot to the next, these selections are not really reflected in the chooser, and I know this might be confusing at first, but you'll simply have to trust that if you save a selection, it'll be used internally despite not showing up in the chooser. And okay, so last but not least, we have the built-in step sequencer, and this sequencer, unlike most step sequencers, is not for controlling pitch only, but simply to create sequences that modify velocity and duration. So there are a couple of features which we can use. The first is the step sequencer itself, which is for which allows us to modify the values for each of the steps. So you can do something like this, and let's turn this on. I'm going to select all of them. So as you can see, this is controlling duration, and I can also modify velocity. Or if I set the velocity all the way down, it would be like no notes on those steps. Then we also have, as I showed you the edit window, the edit view button, sorry, we have the loop selector on top, which controls the periodicity of the sequence. So you can have a specific number of steps. We also have these three options up here. So we have scramble, and to show you what scramble does, let me do something here. So scramble shuffles the order of all the current step values within the same edit view. So right now, if I hit scramble, it wouldn't do anything because all the values are the same. But if I do something like this, and then I click on scramble, it's going to shuffle all of the values for the steps that I had previously. Now restart, what it does is if I am using the step sequencer, this will set back the step back to 1. You can see that it goes to 1 every time I hit restart. And clear, as you saw earlier, this normalizes all the values to the middle of the range. Similar to selection, to the selection and envelope slots, we can also store different sequences and switch back and forth between them. But unlike the envelopes and selections, the sequences are automatically stored in the current slot every time you make a change. So if I were to do this and I go to sequence 2 and I go back, it's all automatically saved, and it remains as I left it last time. So I can make any kind of changes in both edit views, and this will remain the same, and I don't have to manually hit store so that they remain in the memory. Now finally, we have the option to bypass the sequence entirely. Let's play this again. So I can choose to use the step sequencer, or if I hit on this button, I can bypass it. And so all notes will have the same duration and velocity. So as you can see, there are plenty of options and possibilities here in this device. It's just a matter of playing around with it and finding a sound that you like. So with that being said, I hope you found these videos useful to better understand how these two Max4Li devices work, and feel free to leave questions or comments that you may have. See you next time, and thanks for watching.